Today on Public Eye News, Governor Whitmer demands the return of the 2024 ballots, the Sheboygan Dam continues to be under close watch, and Dana Nessel files an appeal over the approval of the Downstate Saline Data Center.
Evan Rosner will give you a weather forecast. We'll take a look at conditions for today and days to come. And JT DeMont will give you your sports breakdown. I'm Bianca Kroll.
And I'm Emily Goodacre. This is Public Eye News. Michigan leaders are pushing back against a new federal request involving the 2024 election. Attorney General Dana Nessel, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, and Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson are speaking out after the Department of Justice demanded access to ballots from Wayne County. State officials say the request is unnecessary and raise concerns about federal outreach into Michigan's election system. They argue that the state has already conducted thorough reviews of its voting process and found no widespread issues that would justify releasing the materials. The Department of Justice say it is seeking the records as part of an ongoing review of an election integrity, but state leaders are calling out the demand baseless. State officials say they will continue to defend Michigan's election system as the situation moves forward. And crews are continuing work to manage rising water levels in the northern Michigan. Teams are focused on the Sheboygan Lock and Dam and nearby upstream dams to help prevent flooding and keep water moving safely. Under the direction of the Michigan DNR Incident Team, workers cleared a buildup of wood and debris from the Tower Dam, which feeds to the Sheboygan River. Boats are also being used to remove debris from the river to keep dam gates clear. At the Sheboygan site, hydroelectric turbines and large capacity pumps are helping move water and stabilize levels as peak river flow is expected within the next couple of days. The work comes as spring rain and melting snow continue to rise water levels across the region. Attorney General Dana Nessel filed a claim appeal in the Court of Appeals. She is challenging the Michigan Public Service Commissions on the two special contracts to service a 1.4 gigawatt hyperscale AI data center in Washita County. The commissions approved the contracts on December 18, 2025, denying the Attorney General's request to hold a contestant case. The Attorney General's appeal will seek to validate the Commission's unlawful approval of the contracts. Nessel said that she has sought to contest the case and review the data center contracts as the law requires a hearing. She also said that this appeal is not for this case, but also for their data centers cases that come up. The MPSC has repeatedly denied the Attorney General's request every time to hold a contestant case hearing.
The Department of Insurance and Financial Services is raising awareness about the good-paying jobs and in-demand financial services available to Michiganders. Recent data has shown that Michigan is thriving in the financial services and insurance industries. Many jobs are available and are accepting employees of a variety of backgrounds. The jobs are computer programming, cybersecurity, marketing, communications, education, accounting, economics, management, human resources, legal, and actuarial. April is also celebrating Michigan Open Account Coalition Month, or MOAC. They are also celebrating National Financial Literacy Month. These events are highlighting MOAC and promoting resources, sharing educational materials, and featuring financial services careers. And the National Weather Service confirmed what many in Ann Arbor already suspected: a tornado touched down. The EF1 tornado barreled through a 1.7-mile-long path with winds up to 110 miles per hour. CBS News Detroit Jack Springate followed its trail to show the damage it left behind.
Well, the National Weather Service says an EF1 tornado touched down here in Ann Arbor, where Jackson Ave meets I-94, before continuing along a 1.7-mile-long path of destruction.
I've always heard tornado sounds like a freight train, and it kind of sounded a little bit like that.
That's video from the moment the tornado ripped the wall off the Veterans Memorial Park Ice Arena. 110-mile-per-hour winds also snapped stadium lights and uprooted trees.
We work directly with the National Weather Service. We heard directly from them last night that this was a tornado. They were able to confirm that it was an EF1 tornado, the path. And then they were on our EOC call this morning sharing additional information.
From the Veterans Memorial Park, it continued east to Virginia Park, tearing up neighborhoods along the way.
That's my house with a spruce tree on it, which is growing right next to our house, maybe 40 feet tall or something like that. And now they're about to lift that thing off the house.
Its force ripped the roof off a building on 4th Street as it approached downtown.
Hasn't happened in the 50 years that I've been around here.
That's where the tornado ended, but the damage continued.
The pockets of damage that they saw, especially like south of downtown, was probably from a straight line wind event.
The National Weather Service confirmed straight line winds continued to batter buildings, trees, and homes from residential areas to the University of Michigan campus. Even parts of the metal roof at Yost Ice Arena, home of Wolverines hockey, laid stripped at the edge of State Street.
No one was injured by this tornado, and we're very grateful for that.
And widespread power outages were also part of the aftermath, closing down all Ann Arbor public schools on Wednesday. But I confirmed with the district that all their buildings are back open one day later. Reporting in Ann Arbor, I'm Jack Springate, CBS News, Detroit.
Don't touch that dial. Our very own Evelyn will have your weather forecast when we come back.
Each of us has built our own current with our own direction. And while our wakes may drift apart after today, they all started in the same place, in the waters of Northern Michigan University.
Watch Northern Michigan University's 2026 Spring Commencement, Saturday, May 2nd at 10:30 a.m. here on WNMU TV.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Evelyn Rozier here with your weather update. First, taking off at look at the campus roof cam. It is green and blue outside. Hopefully that means spring is fully here. And it looks like it is because there's sun everywhere, which is very rare for the UP and also very exciting. Starting off in Houghton, it is 42 degrees. In Ironwood, it is 46. Iron Mountain is 45. And Menominee is 44 degrees. Taking a look at the other side of the map, Escanaba is a nice 40 degrees, continuing with the sun, and Manistee, the same thing, 40 degrees there. Up in Sault Ste. Marie, a little bit colder, but still 37 degrees, and here at home in Marquette, it is 41 degrees and sunny. The winds in Marquette are coming from the southwest at 16 miles per hour, and the barometric pressure is 30.19 inches and falling. Later tonight, it's going to be a little bit cloudy, but it's only going to be 40 still, so that's nice. The winds coming from the south at 15 miles an hour, and our moon phase is a waxing crescent. Tomorrow, the sun is staying, and it will be 53 degrees with a low of 36. The winds will come from the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's time to get your shorts out because the rest of the week is also looking amazing. The sun is staying through a little bit of clouds on Thursday and Friday, but it'll still be there, with the temperature being 57 degrees on Wednesday with a low of 44. Thursday, 64 with a low of 50, which is the warmest we've seen yet, and Friday, 57 and low of 40. That's all I have for weather. Now back to the desk. Thanks, Evelyn, for that weather report. Hopefully the sun is here to stay. Now on to more statewide news. State officials are reminding residents to take precautions as flooding and intense weather continue across Michigan. MDOT is sharing tips to help protect farms, food supplies, and pets during these conditions. Tips on how to protect farms include taking inventory of animals, moving livestock to higher areas, and protecting farm buildings and equipment by turning off utilities. Recommendations also include protecting food by elevating your supply. The floodwater has gotten extremely deep and can contain toxic chemicals for not only humans but animals as well. If your pet comes into contact with floodwater, it's highly recommended to not let them walk through it or drink it. It's asked that if you must evacuate, bring your pets with. Officials urge residents to stay alert and follow safety guidance. And drivers are starting to see a break at the gas station as gas prices begin to drop this week. Reports from the AAA show that gas prices in Michigan are down 15 cents per gallon from a week ago, which is also down from last month, but still 67 cents higher than this time last year. New data from the Energy Information Administration stated that the demand for gasoline increased a little over 500,000, and crude oil inventories are down by 0.9 million barrels from last week. The most expensive gas price average sits at $3.92 in Benton Harbor, with the least expensive in Flint with $3.69. The AAA shared tips to continue saving on gasoline, such as combining errands, looking around for the best prices, and more. For now, drivers can enjoy a bit of relief. And the latest round of talks between the U.S. and Iran appear to be in question today, with ceasefire set to expire Tuesday. Tensions in the Strait of Hormuz escalate over the weekend. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
Vacate your engine room. We're prepared to subject you to disabling fire.
U.S. Central Command says the U.S. Navy fired warning shots at an Iranian tanker before Marines rappelled onto the ship Sunday to seize it. The military says that ship failed to comply with the U.S. blockade still in effect for Iranian-linked ships in the Strait of Hormuz.
The president's prepared to escalate to de-escalate. He means it. when he said nothing that benefits Iran is coming out of the Strait.
Iran has threatened to retaliate and says the Strait of Hormuz is once again closed. Over the weekend, Iranian forces fired at 2 commercial tankers, according to a ship tracking site. The escalating tensions come as Iran says the regime does not have plans to attend the next round of talks with the U.S., saying no decision has been made.
President Trump told PBS News in a phone call Monday that bombs will start going off if the ceasefire expires. On social media, he said the U.S. is offering a reasonable deal and warned if Iran doesn't accept it, the U.S. will knock out every bridge and power plant.
Bridges, power plants that are run by the IRGC, which runs the entire military, are absolute legitimate military targets.
The administration says Vice President J.D. Vance, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and the president's son-in-law Jared Kushner will head to Pakistan for the second round of in-person negotiations. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And after this short break, JT Jamal, grab your sports breakdown. We'll be right back.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. That all men are created equal. That they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Ken Burns' American Revolution returns Mondays and Tuesdays at 9 p.m., 8 Centrals.
Back to Public Eye News, I'm JT DeMog, here to bring you today's sports action. Starting things off on the greens, where the Northern Michigan University women's golf team competed in the GLIAC Championship this past weekend. The Cats shot a 3-round plus 151, earning them an 8th place finish. The Cats were led by Abby Piella, who shot a plus 28, earning her a 25th place spot. Piella averaged 10 pars every round, with Peyton Donnelly being the second highest finishing Wildcat, finishing her weekend 32 over. Donnelly and Piella each led the Wildcats, with each girl recording 3 birdies. Grand Valley State pulled away from the field on the final day, finishing 4 strokes ahead of Fair State to win the tournament. And transitioning over to the track, where the Northern Michigan University women's track and field team continued to have strong performances in several meets along the California coast. The largest outdoor track gathering on the Wildcats schedule saw 12 cats compete in 15 events. Ella DeBruyne ran a personal best in the 1500 meter, clocking a time of 4 minutes and 35 seconds, earning 3rd place out of 71 runners. Danielle Lund had a career day in the throwing events, earning a personal best 13.69 meters in the shot put. That throw was also a school record. Danielle hit another PR in the discus throw with a throw of 44.99 meters. Lund placed 1st in shot put and 2nd in the discus. And now ending things off on the diamond, where the Detroit Tigers were in a classic with the Boston Red Sox. Jack Flaherty and Sonny Gray got the game started with Boston, getting the best of Flaherty and the Tigers in the 2nd inning. They scoring 2 runs off a throwing error. The Tigers would small ball their way back to a tie game when Tigers rookie Hao Yu Lee delivered his first career hit. Jahmai Jones would single again in the 5th, putting Detroit up 3-2. Boston would then answer with a Roman Anthony RBI single, where an inning later they would get to Tyler Holton and the Tigers with a bases-loaded single for Cedane Rafaela and a single for Carlos Narvaez, breaking the game open. The late surge from Boston was too much to handle as the Red Sox pulled away to win 8-6. That's all I have for sports. Now back to the desk.
Well, thank you, JT, for that sports update. I'm a little sad that the Tigers lost, but that's okay. I know they got some more in the season for them.
Yeah, they got some to go along the line. Look at some wins in them, but it is a little sad.
It is nice, though, that at least they can play in that nice weather outside. I mean, look at Marquette right now.
Yes, it's absolutely gorgeous out there. I'm so happy that spring is finally here.
It feels great to have that sunshine back.
It really does. But that's all the time we have for today. I'm Emily Goodacre.
And I'm Bianca Kroll.
We'll see you next time.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.